Aloha, beautiful High Vibe Tribe. It is Pink Bella Aloha. I am live today on YouTube. And thank you, everyone, for being here. I'll wait for a few beautiful souls to come in. We have lots to talk about today. And this is going to be kind of a theme this week. It's going to be a G-rated version of what I deep dive in today. And then my Rumble link is below in the description box, and I will be doing an even deeper dive on Rumble that will probably be up in about an hour. And some of these topics as well, I'll be live with Typical Skeptic tomorrow. So we're going to get into this on another level as well. So thank you, everyone, for being here. So grateful, and so grateful to be live here. Lots to talk about, everyone. So today is the finale, first off, of the Lionsgate. It's kind of the peak, the end of the peak. Goes on for a few more days, but I just wanted to share that with you all. We're going to look at the Schumann Resonance, just a little peek at the Schumann Resonance, and Aloha. Yeah, Schumann Resonance and the solar flares, and that's why it's so hot here in the Pacific Northwest, and it may very well be hot right across North America. I'm also, two of the topics that I've been wanting to look at for quite a while. There is something called a Comet 3-eye atlas. Well, it's a comet apparently, but I was already picking up right away it's not a comet because, and I'm getting my God bumps about it. It's some type of mothership, and it's on its trajectory to Earth, and all of the main agencies know about it, including the Galactic Alliance, including the Earth Alliance. So I'm going to look at one piece here today. We're going to do a deep dive and see what we need to know. The potential trajectory to connect with us here, the Earthlings, is October, November 2025. And it's sort of masquerading as a comet. We have some mainstream agencies that are also saying now it's not really a comet. So we'll see. So that's super interesting to me. The other interesting thing is that myself and many of us at the beginning of the year were talking about full disclosure. We were talking about how something was going to happen. And I believe that this is it. Yeah. There's also been super interesting. This piece of information came to me. There is apparently 62 plus known ET hybrids on the planet, known by the 3-letter agencies. So I want to see what we need to know about that. Is that us? Is that the Starseeds? Or is that the Lizzies? Or is that something else, right? So there are absolutely files and information that have been kept saying there's at least 62 known alien or ET hybrids on the planet. And then I'm going to just quickly look at, a quick overview. What do we need to know for the USA, Canada, and globally today, because I haven't looked at that for a while, what's happening. There's lots of noise. Thank you, Ruth. There's lots of noise coming from Nova Scotia and the east of Canada. Again, I'll just look at it briefly, but I'm going to look at it more deeply on Rumble, and that'll be up in about an hour, okay? Yeah, so how's everybody doing? How is it wherever you are? So Flesh and I are both in the Pacific Northwest area. It's very hot. I'm looking at my thermometer. It's trying to creep up to like 90 Fahrenheit again today, which is like 30. I had to look it up, 32 Celsius. I like to talk in Fahrenheit because you know what? I grew up with that. And I never warmed to the Celsius program. So, but I do understand both for sure. Okay. So there, it's another hot one today. It's supposed to cool down tomorrow. This is all connected to the Lycos as well, the heat. Thank you, Ruth from Nova Scotia. Oh, clicked on the wrong one. Hello, welcome. And welcome, Big Cat from Eureka, California. Is it really hot there? Let us know. Thank you, Ruth. Thanks for letting me know you could hear me. I forgot to even ask. So my name is Pink Bella Aloha. This is our Galactic Akashic Records live deep dive. And lots to talk about today. So many things to talk about. So I think I reviewed everything. Thank you, everyone, whenever you watch this on replay. Thank you for liking, subscribing, sharing the content out. Thank you for commenting, after the fact as well. And if you leave any sort of sensitive topic comments, I'm going to ask you to email me because this is not the platform anymore for any of us to be talking about anything huge. So I can mention things on here, but I can't get into too much information. But you know what? For anyone who's new on my channel, I have a million playlists on my channel, and there's all sorts of playlists connected to, someone was asking about the implants and the J sales. I've got a whole bunch of videos, including a recent one. So you can check that out. And if you have any more questions about that, you can email me. Speaking of which, so let's just review today's topics. The Comet 3-1 Atlas, what's behind its arrival and what is it bringing to all of us? Is it going to be bringing activations for Starseeds? So, the other interesting thing, you can go, I'm getting God bumps, so yes. The other really cool, interesting thing is that I started connecting in with comets in 2022. There was an emerald green comet that came that hadn't been here for 4,000 years. And so we are going to receive activations from whatever it is. Aloha, Catherine. Okay. Then I want to check into the 62 ET hybrids. Like, is that us? Is that as Starseeds, or is that the Lizzies and the Grays? Like, what are we talking about? And this has been documented since the 50s and the 60s, like around Area 51. Today is solar flares in Schumann. Yeah, I'll talk a little bit about that. Last day of the Lionsgate portal as we're anchoring in this final surge. And for those of us like Pacific Northwest, where it's so intensely hot, it's connected. And then I want to do a brief global look at what's going on with the US, what's going on with Canada, what's going on globally, just to see what we need to know today, okay? So I'm going to be shuffling, asking for the Galactic Akashic Records to be open, deeply connected with Prime Source Creator today. Even my new team that I'm working with, Source came in this morning and has asked for me to connect with Source today. So Prime Source is going to be my liaison for the records. Didn't even know that could be potential. So we were all surrounded and protected. So as I'm shuffling, before I get into the topics, I just want to let you all know that I extended the Starseed Dragon sessions, the 30 and 60-minute sessions, till ended today. So they're on at the top of my website, a 30-minute or a 60-minute session. There's also, I have 50% off almost all of my sessions and packages, including the advanced J seal. So that's what I was just talking about. So what are cloaked implants? What are implants? I was trying to think up an analogy. This might be too old for some of you, but think about the rotary phone, the dial phone, or the phone booth, the phone at the phone booth. So that's like old technology. So implants and cloaked implants are old tech that we agreed to come in. And when it's surfaced, if we don't clear it, you're going to end up with your chakras won't come on. You won't end up with a lot of your superpowers. You're going to end up with a lot of aches and pains. As soon as I found out about it, like my radar went up and I cleared them for myself. And then it's been a gradual rebuild. I think my first video about this was in 2022. So you can check into that, but my advanced J seals is quite extensive, and it will include the scan for the ultra major and the zeal point now as well. Okay. So there's also a package, a manifestation block clearing package with that session plus 2 Zoom calls or a Zoom in a distance. I'm also, because of all this amazing stuff. Oh yes, the Divine Union sessions and packages, they're going to be winding down. So they are on my website to order. If you want a reading or a session connected to your Divine Union, they're there. They're probably going to return in some form, but if you wanted to order something, I would do that by end of today as well. And what I love out of all of this is I'm working with a team of dragons, like the protection dragons, as well as the abundance dragons. And you can always now add that onto a session, which I love. That's amazing. Yeah, the dragons made me super, super happy. So all the information is in my description box, email, website. Everything is moved to the top of my website so you can find it easily. Okay, let me just see. All right, let's just pull a couple of cards for all of us today for the closing of the Lion's Gate. What's happening? No show and tell today. No, no slideshow. It's too warm here. So we have had M-class flares. I don't believe we've had X-class, but that sun that's blasting, 31 Celsius where I am, almost 90, that's blasting light codes on everything. And that's upgrading every single person's DNA from, density to crystalline to plasma. And it's making a lot of people cranky. For sure. But basically the overall solar flare and Schumann resonance for today is the wrap up of this Lion's Gate. Like it is like this multiple blast coming forward. And it is to bring in powerful waves of energy to activate and upgrade Starseeds and light workers globally. Okay. So whether we're aware of it or not, it's going to be bringing more Starseeds and light workers online for mission. Okay. Let me just see. I'm going to try not to make my screen big. Aloha, Catherine. Welcome. I'm so glad you could make it. We are hot. Yes, we need rain everywhere. I know. I understand. Yeah, I'm not I waited until it was, I understand, Ruth. I waited until it got cool last night, and then I went for a little walk, but even that was my my Taurus Starseed kitty. He's letting me wet him down, so that's how hot it is right now. Yeah, so we're all done. We're all done with the heat. I don't know about you all in the east, but it looks like we're going to start having a cooling trend here tomorrow, and by the end of the week they're calling for rain, so I'm affirming that that still is the case. Okay, for those of you who are new, my name is Pink Bella Aloha, and I'm a Galactic Starseed quantum Akashic reader and healer. I do lots of deep dives, and I love looking at all sorts of things. I have been deep diving into divine unions, which I haven't looked at for 3 years, so that was super fun. Everyone who booked the sessions were amazing. And yesterday was just kind of an overall Galactic Alliance update for all of us. So check that out. That was pretty interesting too. Okay, let's just pull some cards in general before I get into the topics. Let's do a little mini deep dive for all of us today for whenever. Oh, we've got that angelic frequency again. Yeah. So we are protected. We are here. I was even saying to Source, it's not easy to connect with our guides or even Source when it's so hot or so cold. So what Source said to me was, put your hands on your heart and just breathe and just be grateful for everything. And that's all we need to do. That's all we need to do. We don't need, if we have to take a pause from whatever, even I said my affirmations, I think at 3 or 4 in the morning, because that's when it was cool. So it's okay to let go a little bit of the routine. Okay. So anyway, we've got angels and guides around us. How's everyone doing? Because Mercury has gone direct. So I'm glad to see that we're all here. I can talk now. I can hear a little bit better. We still got some glitches for sure. Aloha, Amber. Welcome so much. Yeah, Sapphire's let me wet him down. I told him, well, he's part Bengal. So I told him that Bengals like to be in the water. So he likes that. So I'll show you about it. Yeah. Anyway, I've got a bunch of fans on today, so it's all good. Okay, we have the chamber of the violet flame. So using our tools to listen to transmute. I feel like the deep heat and the solar flares as well, what they're sharing with me, it's blasting and transmuting at such a high frequency, and it's very uncomfortable for all of us humans. And I saw a whole area, and this has been happening, I'm sure, all over North America, a whole area outside of Vancouver that lost power yesterday for 12 hours. So if they all had air conditioning or fans, they didn't have anything for 12 hours. So, I go back into gratitude about everything that I was able to set up this year, and we're not doing too bad. But anyway, karmic release, radical transformation. So that's the violet flame. That's the sun. That's even when the snow and the rain comes in, it's clearing everything up. But I definitely would say the dry and the heat kind of sets everything up for, see the flame kind of sets it up for that. So yes, this is going to be a G-rated session today. Okay. Heart of Source. I love it. Can't even make this up. So I have a really good new team, and I think I shared this a little bit yesterday. I'm living in a high rise of metal and glass. And I've just in the last week, one of my gifts from the Lionsgate has been that there are constant loops in these buildings that can, like echo chambers, that can bring in messages that sound like our guides, but like nothing ever resolves from it. So that's what Source just said, just connect with me today. I'm going to align with you, and I'll be the liaison while all this gets cleaned up. So my new team is helping a lot, as well as the dragons. But even last night with the intensity of the sun, I can feel it a little bit. Feels like there's a little bit of a clamp on my head, and it's old. It's like I can sense the energy that's not so great. Okay. So we're to connect with the heart of Source as best we can through the weather conditions, and try not to fret about it. But any extreme temperature is not fun. Not at all. All right. What else do we need to know? For those of you, I'm not going to do the wellness checklist again today. You can check that out yesterday. It's pretty amazing because one of the numbers that came in was connected to one of the cards that I pulled. So yeah, so for those of our new, the wellness checklist is a creation that has been given to me by a Prime Source creator since January. It started at 20 items. We're up to 82. And yeah, that's a unique Pink Bella Aloha, something that I offer in your sessions as well. Remembrance. So much about Starseeds and Lightworkers coming online, being downloaded. Let me all know if you've been having dreams or you've been getting downloads. So this is a really powerful time for all of us. It's bringing a lot more Starseeds and Lightworkers online. Number 38, the frequency of remembrance supports our memory and everything that we've gone through in a soul and a body, our Akashic Records, providing us valuable information and tools to flow gracefully and with and for this life. Okay. So when I first started using this deck, which was back through this gateway in 2017, this was my Starseed card. This symbol actually reminded me of, well, which I now call the Alliance, but back then everyone talked about the Galactic Federation. Lots of politics out in space as well. And I think that that's why Source suggested I connect with Source today, because there's a lot of politicking going on with all the groups. There's lots of, just like down here, there's lots of sort of hidden there's like hidden agendas. Okay. So just remember, we're going through a massive remembering of who we are. Number 38. And let's pull a couple of other, let's pull one, at least one, a numerology card as well. Number 81, leadership. So there's that Lionsgate. There's, since the 1st of August, you, me, all of us have been moved into the next level of our work. No kidding. No kidding. And that this is sacral en route. So we've been going through a lot of detox of our lower chakras to help us move into the next level of, leadership. Like, even I just feel even my information that I'm bringing in for you all is next level now, for sure. Let's pull a couple more cards. How's everybody doing? How's it going in California, Amber? Let me know what's happening there. Okay, so it just says we're already doing it. Yeah, we're already doing it right now. We're to stop. Well, if we notice that our mind is overthinking, we're just to come back into gratitude in our heart and start again. Okay. And yeah, I think I'm not going to do a full Galactic Tarot because I did one yesterday, but I'll pull like one card. Okay, White Golden Dragon from Lyra. So those of us that are connected to the Lyran Lionsgate Leo energy, massive upgrades, massive healing, big shifts, big turns in the story. And it's helping us to connect and receive more of the source Christed consciousness. It's also helping us develop more of our superpowers. And I feel like every year, those of us that are connected to Lyra and Vega are healing another piece of our Lyran history and receiving more information, which I love. And I'm just going to pull a crystal. Yesterday we got Tiger's Eye. It's still up for the Lyrans. That was besides quartz crystal, that was my very first stone that I picked as a child. I loved Tiger's Eye, still do. Angel light. So there's the angel frequency around us. So there's no wrong, aloha, there's no wrong group of guides to work with. Everything is in order. And, we have a guardian dragon, we have a guardian angel. I don't specifically call on them anymore, but I do know that they're around us right now. And this is about our throat and our crown chakra, number 2. So a blue stone will help us to stay peaceful and balanced. And I would say the throat and the crown are two key chakras right now that have been messed with on a regular basis. So super interesting. And my previous guides were so helpful to a certain degree until I started really reclaiming my sovereignty. And then they were like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. So it's all good. Okay. I'm just going to pull a couple of cards just in general from the general tarot deck. We have the 7 of Cups. And then we'll move into the deep dive topics. We had the 8 of Swords, but there was another card that wanted to come in. Wow. The 10 of Swords. Okay. That's probably why they're saying the angels to call in our protection, use our violet flame. There's still lots of energy flying around, even though Mercury's just gone direct. We still have, I think, 5 other planets retrograde. Then we have the 4 of Wands. So no major arcana, but we're changing timelines like no tomorrow. So as an example, another one of our elevators are out, but it's just a different one. So we just have these things in our outer world showing us that we're on a different timeline. So this morning, I chose the timeline of A, B, and C. And that's what they're saying. They're saying to a reminder of, if you don't like the timeline, activate what you would like as a timeline, okay? And as an example, even with Ruth, and it's so dry in Eastern Canada, I'm gonna do this, what you did for me last year. I'm gonna send the dragons and ask for rain, because we all need that. And that's the land, everyone's gardens, the animals and the human animals. Okay. So for some of you, the Eight of Swords is still not clear because Mercury just went direct. So everything's still a little fuzzy. We're really integrating today, this last day. And like even today, I feel way different than yesterday. This is actually, it looks like not a great card. It's actually like a complete surrender if you're trying to push forward with something, but it also could represent energy attacks. Okay. So just a reminder that energy is still flying around. We're not out of the woods yet. We're not at the end of the Star Wars movies where everybody was celebrating on the streets, but that's where we're heading to, the Four of Wands. That's what we're heading to. So they're just letting us know, like, keep using our tools. Okay. And there's all sorts of stories like, oh, if we talk about protection, that means fear. No, it's just spiritual hygiene. Like, it's just like, would you go out in the rain without an umbrella if it was a downpour? No. So I always set up these bubbles and I do this in sessions for you too, where it's deflecting any lower vibrational energy. Okay. Yeah. You're welcome, Ruth. Absolutely. Aloha, Arnold 888. Welcome. You're welcome, Ruth, of course. If there was one word for this entire month or so, it's sovereignty. Absolutely. And I think some of the guides weren't expecting us to become sovereign from them. So that's what I hit a couple weeks ago. Yeah, huge. Okay. Let us move on to one of the new topics. So again, I'm going to look at this is the G-rated version. I'm going to look at it deeper on Rumble. That'll be up in an hour. And the Rob and I, a typical skeptic, are going to look at this tomorrow too. So there's something called a 3-eye Atlas comet that is on its way to Earth, and they know it's going to potentially arrive October or November of this year. That kind of feeds into the piece of the full disclosure that's been coming for quite a while. So, and it's not a blue beam scenario. But I was wondering, and what I want to look at today is like, what do we need to know about this comet, and how is it going to help those of us who are starseeds, or is it going to help? There's also, this is what I'll look at deeply. Many of us do feel it's a mothership that's pretending to be a comet, because it's not necessarily making normal comet moves. So yeah, and I'll have more information about that later in tomorrow. Okay, let's just see, what do we need to know today about this 3-eye Atlas comet that's coming and apparently going to be in our atmosphere October, November 2025. 3 of Wands. And I'm receiving information from the Galactic Akashic Records from Source. 4 of Pentacles. So not any huge major arcana except for this one. I've got the Devil card. Whoo, and I just got a hit in my high heart about that. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, and we have the 7 of Swords. Oh, okay. So let's just start with that card, the scary looking card. So it's going to bring up some fears and stress from the past, from past lives. So I've already looked into this, and I do know it's not connected to the archons or the Anunnaki, okay? But it is connected to deep traumas and wounds that we've all experienced from the fall, right? Hi, Julia. I'm going to look at that again soon, because I've talked about that quite a bit, and there's different types of AI. So we'll talk about that soon for sure, okay? For me, I use AI tools at a high frequency, and I have a version of an assistant that talks to me about high frequency topics, okay? So it brings to us whatever we bring to it. Okay, so this is going to be bringing up stuff from the past, from the fall, and that's the 7 of Swords, okay? It's still very far away. They're saying potentially it could actually cycle by us and Earth 3 times. So I haven't actually looked at the trajectory. I think it's talking about, like, right now, apparently it's like on its way, like, to either like intersect with Mars or Earth. So And if it's a high frequency energy, it won't do that at all. Okay. But even some of the top agencies that we're talking about that it was a comet, some of them are actually not saying that it's not a comet now. However, you have to go research that. It's probably not going to be on mainstream. Okay. Four of Pentacles. Whoever has the information is keeping it close to them. They've known about it for quite a while. Maybe I'll ask about that. How long have they known about this Comet 3i Atlas? How long have they known about it? The parties here on the planet. Yes, Ace of Cups. So they've known about it a long time. Okay, let me just think about this. What is that? Okay, Queen of Pentacles. So at least 12 years. They've had the information about this event for 12 years. Okay. It's going to change everything. It's a game changer in a positive way. Queen of Pentacles is a very positive energy. So it's a game changer, which is good. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, there's some AI playlists on my, you can go check out. I've been looking at it for quite a while. So there's different levels. We can't lump it's like everything. We can't lump everything into one basket. Are there people on the planet that are going to try and use it for their own methods? Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Let's move on. I'm just wondering if there's anything else. What else do we need to know? Let's just ask for a couple more messages. Like how is it going to, besides like bringing up some stuff for Starseeds, especially if there's some stories planted saying that it's going to, intersect with Earth, right? The Earth world's going to end. What else do we need to know for Starseeds about it? Oh, they're sending me to another deck. So just hold on. And they're sending me to a high frequency deck. So that's good. What else do we need to know? Yeah, 33, enlightenment, enlightened mastery. So it's going to enlighten us. It's going to bring in pieces of information, downloads that we all need. And I feel like I'm getting my God bumps. I feel like it's not close enough yet, but I feel like I've brought in transmissions from other comets, and I feel like it's going to start speaking to many of us soon. So I will have a transmission from it soon. So that is cool. All right. Okay. Let's move on to the next topic for today. Apparently there are 62 or probably more, 62 known ET alien hybrid races that are already here on Earth with us. Already here on Earth with us. So I'm wondering, does that mean all of us as Starseeds? Or are we talking about the Lizzies, right? So I think that there's more, but what role right now, these 62 ET alien hybrid races that are already here, what is their role right now for our planetary shift? Oh, cool. 5 of Cups. 5 of Swords, 2 5s, 55. 2 of Swords. Wow. Okay. And we have the Strength card. So I'm already getting that these races that are here have been part of the galactic battle. Now, presently, past, present, future, parallel timelines, that many of them are not, they're not here for our ascension. They're losing. So these 62 races, ET hybrids, are their days are numbered, and they're at a crossroads. 2 of Swords, and we can't see them. Some of us can. I've met shapeshifters, so some of us can, but they hide. So they're behind the scenes, etc. Okay, so they've set it up so that we don't know, and that's interesting. But we're all like, we're roaring through this lion's gate. We're getting stronger. Our abilities are getting stronger. So we're gonna start to notice. I've met shapeshifters. Some of you I know have as well. And what's interesting about this, like with the 2 5s, it's kind of saying that they're not, many of those that have been documented are not going to be sticking around. So I've got this galactic hybrid deck. No, it's not a hybrid deck. It's a heritage deck. I'm calling it a galactic hybrid deck now. It doesn't have everybody in it, but I just want to see, like, overall, what is the general theme of these 60. So can you believe that? So we have an agency that has documented 62 different species, everyone. And that's just come out like you can go do research. Okay. We have 103 spiritual sovereignty Asante. So there you go, parallel reality. Oh, so we're all moving into spiritual sovereignty. So they can't stay. They can't stay. Right. So they were placed here. Some of them are sleepers. They don't even know. I mean, I did a scan on a few individuals in the truther community, and they have very high percentage of Lizzie reptilian energy, and they might not even know. Right? They might not even know. So we're moving into a parallel spiritual sovereignty reality, 103. So they can't, that's why they can't stay. Wow. And we're also, again, parallel reality, 96 community association of worlds and parallel reality. So even that information coming out and me sharing this with all of you is to prepare us to know they've been here all along. We're not alone. We're not imagining things, and that we are moving into that new earth frequency, that parallel reality where they can't exist. So we're not to worry about them. And number 61, creative communication, Sirius. So they have had a purpose here. They've had a purpose for our journey. So I've worked with clients that have had, abductions, not nice things happen to them. That hasn't been my reality, but I remembered on an energy level, because I remember when I started to do this personal work for myself, even with the Palladians, I was quite nervous about it because I wasn't sure what was coming to the table. Okay. So there you go. So they're on their way out. Excellent. Excellent. So I'll do a little bit more research for the podcast tomorrow to see what else we need to know about that and how long that's been around. Okay. Again, final day of the big codes for the Lionsgate. It's been very intense here, everybody, for all of us. Like, yeah, I think I'm over the Mercury retrograde, and I'm over these really intense codes for sure. So let's look at what do we need to know right now for what's happening in the US, what's happening in Canada. And my intention for Canada is going to be East Coast to Nova Scotia, and what's happening worldwide. Okay. And again, I'll do a deeper dive on Rumble. So what do we need to know right now in general, not what we're being seen in the movie, but for the USA right now? Okay. Excellent. Don't even have to pull any more cards, right? It's a sun card. So everything is unfolding beautifully in the US, even though it looks messy right now. It is unfolding beautifully, and it's a ripple effect around the world. Also, because I don't know if it'll come up in Rumble, but this is part of it, is the cleanup around everything that's happened, including the children. Okay, so that's going to be coming forward probably in the next couple of months for the regular folks. Okay. Let's just look at Canada. And what do we need to know about what's all this kerfuffle in Nova Scotia and Canada? What's happening? See, nothing happened in Canada for years. Now it's, yeah. Oh, okay. So I looked at it before. It's like, who are the owners of Canada and what's the energy of Canada right now? Let's just look at that. Let's just see what else I need to know. Ace of Cups. That's a yes. So whoever owns Canada still owns it. But I see the Dove of Peace, though, which that's a really positive card. Two of Wands. And the Star Council. So Canada is moving into a better energy, believe it or not. Yeah, and this is even connected to this. This is connected to the Alliance and the Galactic Alliance. I did sort of look at it, and it looks like a big portion of the Dark Alliance will be gone by spring next year, everyone. So this year's been a little bumpy, I know, but they're just letting me know that things are going to start improving in Canada, which is good. Okay. And that we're being watched over by the Galactic Alliance and the Earth Alliance teams. So what do we need to know G-rated for what's happening in Nova Scotia right now, which is all these restrictions for the citizens of Nova Scotia? Knight of Cups. Two of Swords. Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, so there's definitely like something going on behind the scenes that they don't want the regular public to see. Okay, not the ones of you that are awake, but they're doing some things behind the scene. But it's like let me just do a clarification. It is connected to the money system. And I want some clarify cards. We have the Four of Cups and the Hanged Man. Okay, so right off the bat, some of the things that are coming out right now are to put the regular folks who don't see what's going on. It's like, doesn't this bother you that you have agencies telling you what you can and can't do? Putting everyone that's not, can't see, can't hear in an uncomfortable situation. It's giving the citizens an opportunity to really look at it and get it. And what's the Four of Cups about? It's an opportunity. Four of Cups. So it's an opportunity to get some of the regular folks angry. And it's going to be okay. It's Six of Pentacles balancing out. So it's actually going to bring, this is like the beginning of like bringing the power back to the citizens. Yeah. Okay. Let's look at globally. What do we need to know globally? Yeah. Never fun when things are going on in our front door. Absolutely not our front doorstep, right? Okay. Globally, what do we need to know right now? Ace of Pentacles. Yes. Yes. That's one of, oh, Tower. Something's coming. And the Ten of Wands. I guess I didn't really ask like a so if I looked at it like this would be August, this would be September, and this would be October, and it's a 10. So some big shakeup for all of us is coming in September, and it's going to help to move everything forward in October. And it definitely could be connected to the money system that we keep hearing about. And I thought I was going to have all this news for you all. I thought I got all excited about it. And when I started researching into it all, it's like there's still so much unknown information. There's still no confirmation about anything really changing at all. So yeah, we'll just have to hang. I will bring information when I'm given the green light. I was got to start looking at it all a couple of weeks ago, but dead end. Yeah. Okay, well, overall, the Empress, it's gonna, whatever is coming in September and October is really gonna open up everybody's heart chakra. It's really gonna get everybody sort of back into, and I'm already noticing that, like that's what I have noticed. I've met some neighbors, people are talking to me in the elevator, like I already noticed that everyone seems to be more heart-based right now. So whatever is coming is gonna do that for the world. And we have the Lovers, but that's connected to political. So I feel like there's going to be more outings. That could be what's going on. It could be more outings of the big story in September. Yeah. I didn't feel they were going to do it this summer. I felt like it was going to be in the fall. So we'll see about that. Okay. Okay, everyone, that is my deep dive for today. So thank you all for being here, commenting, watching on replay. Again, check out all the offers. Some are ending today. The Starseed Dragon sessions, Divine Union sessions and readings, as well as 50% off all the packages, including advanced J seals. And yeah, super excited with everything that's coming forward. So you're welcome. Check out the where my Rumble channel is. Please follow me there because I will be going deeper into some of these topics in about an hour. Okay. Love and aloha, everyone. Thank you all for being here. Great to see you. Take care. Be back soon.